What's going on YouTube? My name is Dom, and in this video here today I'm actually going to be addressing a topic that I have tried to address in numerous other videos and in different contexts, but I really feel that I haven't done it justice as well. I think there's a lot of controversy out there because whenever I address this topic, this is the most controversial one by far. I'm going to talk about rushing, and in that play style in itself, my views have kind of changed since the last videos that I've done on it. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's hop right into the video. So to start off, the clip that you're going to be seeing running in the background, this is actually a good game that my team had against a rushing team that all they wanted to do was come straight the fuck at us, and they got wrecked, and it was fucking awesome. I wish I would have saved the second round of this because it was better because they actually tried to play on the flank and we totally wrecked them again. But anyway, I'm going to try to make this video as honest and as reasonable as I possibly can, because I know this topic in particular brings up a lot of emotions, and I'm not going to try to have an emotional appeal or anything to that sort. So in my last videos, everybody got mad because I called rushing not a tactic, and everybody got super mad at me, and I'm going to try to clarify on that particular point. So a tactic is technically, by the definition, a tactic is a plan that is meant to achieve a specific goal. So yeah, of course, rushing is a tactic if your goal is to win and that is how you plan to do that. Of course it is. But in an actual real world application, it doesn't quite work like that. I don't think. Let me know if I'm wrong. But when you are playing and you have a tactic or a means to an end, a goal, your plan to achieve that goal involves certain steps. And the more steps that you have, the more calculated steps that you have, the more strategic it is actually being. The less steps you have to achieve that goal, the less strategic. That doesn't mean that less strategy doesn't, or a more simple strategy, a less elegant strategy doesn't have its place, which is what kind of rushing is, but it does have its place. But it runs into problems when that is the only strategy that you have. And there's a few problems that I have with this. One is new players. So when you have new players on the game, we are trying to attract a bigger audience, and egos really show when you get new players on the other team. You have low levels, hey, let's fucking mop these guys up, right? And everybody picks a heavy gun and they run directly at them because these players are new. And you know, I have to say that's probably one of the biggest turnoffs that this game will ever have to appeal to new audiences, is if whenever they play it, people rush straight at them and they get mowed down, and that's the big mindset that I see coming out of the community. The second big problem that I have with it is it attracts sort of an ego sort of mindset. Everybody that does, well, a lot of people that I see do that have big egos. They want to say, hey, look how big my dick is, and so they run straight at you over and over and over again. Now, if you know this and you're a good player, you can take advantage of it and you can mop the floor with these people. And personally, I will rush myself some matches, even in pro matches, because of more of a tempo thing. You want to change up the tempo so that the enemy team doesn't get quite comfortable with your play style, so that each round they're going to be hit with something different. And that is that's a calculated move. That is a calculated step that I have made to go with a more simple, less elegant strategy sometimes. But when that is your only strategy, it becomes extremely toxic, and that's the biggest issue that I have with it. Because when you rush over and over again, one of two things is either going to happen. The enemy team is going to get very frustrated with you, and they're going to rage quit, and possibly it'll turn them off from the game, especially if they're a new player. Or the other team is going to get adjusted to it, and they are going to counter you, and then you in turn will probably get frustrated and whatnot because you're not mowing them down like you would be in any other match, and then you might get turned off from the game. So I think rushing is just an overall terrible thing when it's done repeatedly. I think it has its place in a strategic lineup of plays. Like if you have a playbook like they do in the NFL, you know, you call different plays, and I think it has its place there, but it definitely does not have its place as a primary strategy. Now, the number one way that my team will go ahead and counter this, and you know, honestly, we haven't even gotten that good at it, I think, until recently. We've really started practicing it, and it's really come together quite nicely, and can, you know, also take into account that this is a four-man team that we're playing with, and we have to make calculated moves to stop these rushing teams because it's very difficult to do sometimes. So if you can't get that early development, if you're not running athletic sprinter to get to the middle early and shut it down and shut the rush down quick, then you have to prepare to counter that. And how you do that is, I have this thing, I'm going to coin it the quicksand method or the rubber band method, whatever you want to call it. But essentially what it is when someone is on our team and rushing, one person will pop shots at another person that they see, and then what usually happens is that person will run directly at where they see those shots, and everybody kind of will. That person that was shooting then and who is being pushed will call out to the team, say, hey, I'm being pushed, run back, and then our other teammates will catch the guys that are pushing them from these sides and get them caught in the crossfire. And that's sort of the strategy that we work with it. It's very effective. It works very well. I recommend using it if you can. But if you are in a randoms or you're playing with very new players, it can be very fucking difficult to stop the rush, and that's why I think it really doesn't have its place, because in this game especially, this is not Call of Duty, this is not even Battlefield, this is more of a Rainbow Six Siege type of game. You die, you don't get respawned. That's why, you know, I think there needs to be a respawn game mode as well. I would have to agree with some of the other heads of the community for that. This is a tactical gameplay style, and when you do that, it is very, very frustrating, especially, well, for new players, it's extremely frustrating. You know, for higher level players that are playing in a full squad, I would implore you to practice with strategies where you make callouts, fall back, and let the other team sort of fall into your trap. I would definitely recommend doing that. I might make a video on that if I have enough demand for it. But please let me know what you guys think about this entire issue down in the comment section below. I know this brings up a lot of heated discussions. Please refrain from childish behavior, and let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please leave me a like. Of course, always drop your feedback down into the comment section below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, and go ahead and follow me on Twitter and Discord just to keep up with just to keep up with the chat, keep up with the game, keep up with the channel, all that crap right there. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.